Hello, thanks for joining me. Now, I hope you're well. Now, today, this is a little bit different. Now, last week, I brought my daughter down to Birmingham Airport to drop her off for a holiday. And I noticed that on the junction, it's junction 6 of the M42, is the National Motorcycle Museum. And unforgivably, I've never been down here, so I made a note that I would do that before too long. And here we are. And I wondered, I just thought I'd bring you with me so that you could have a look. So there we are. This is the entrance lobby thing. Now, British bikes have always been a mystery to me because they were a little bit before my time. Oh wow, straight away. I mean, we've got, oh goodness me, I don't know where to start. 271 miles per hour at Bonneville, 1974 1700cc Golf Norton. So don't ask me how you get in there. So you're welcome. Don't expect any insight other than a little bit of, you know, reading off the cards, because British bikes were never, they were before my time and not really what I understand. I don't really know them. My brothers would be the better ones to tell you. But this is just the lobby. This is just the lobby area, and the museum is, I believe, through here. So let's have a go. We've got an Enfield, Royal Enfield Meteor 700, 1955, with all the sections missing, so that you can have a look at the workings. And the same for the Triumph. Triumph 650, Triumph GT 1951 apparently. 1951. Showing again all the gubbins and all the workings and the valves, and cut out the oil tank, and even the back wheel. Fantastic. Now out here, this goes into Le Cafe and Le Gift Shop. Wonderful. Now it's one of the first, so this is still the cafe. This isn't the hall yet. I suspect that 1924 BSA 6-7 horsepower taxi sidecar. A taxi sidecar. Goodness me. Oh, can I see that? It's got a thing on the front for hire. How wonderful's that? Hello. Oh, I saw this. I thought it was Freddie Dobbs. But it's not. It's not Freddie Dobbs. Okay. (1962) BSA Rocket Gold Star 650, proper one. You know what I noticed about the new Gold Stars? You see that bit there? It's silly things put me off, but you see that, how that's embossed in? Well, that's a sticker on the new one. It's unforgivable. How can you know, just put a sticker on it? But, oh, in fact, we've got one over here. Got one over here, strangely enough. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is a sticker. I mean, talk about cost cutting or what? Right, so that's where I paid the young lady, and then I went out and she said she's going to let me in now, hopefully. There we go, so she's let me in. Now, by all accounts, this is hall 1 according to this sign. 1898 right round to 1950. Sunbeam Jeff Duke Vincent. Where do you start? Well, I guess we should start at the beginning, should we? 1898, Beeston Humber tricycle, 400cc. So we've got an engine on the back, driving the, still got pedals on it. Oh dear, where do you start with these? I have no idea. You people looking at this will get probably more out of this, particularly in this section. I mean, what am I saying? What am I saying? How old are you? I don't know. But, oh goodness me. I mean, this is hall one. And there is several halls. So I might have to, I see we're going around 1898, the Royal Enfield. Royal Enfield 2 3/4 horsepower quad, 1898. So that's the 4 wheels. Yeah. Century 4 car. So, wow. Can you imagine riding that and sitting in the front? Oh, good Lord. Goodness me. Riley, 4.5 horsepower water-cooled 4 car. So 4 car, clearly, seat on the front. Wow, that's probably a dangerous place to be. Mind you, they probably only did 2 miles an hour, didn't they? Goodness me, is that shaft drive I can see down there? Is that shaft drive? Yeah. And all these others. Oh, there's a belt drive there. That's belt drive. The green one. The quadrant. You see, we think these things are new, don't we? And we're going back to 1900s here. Singer, Robinson and Price, Kerry, all these makes that we've never heard of that have been lost in the annals of time. Rudge, Singer, New Imperial, 1911, single gear and clutch model. Rudge. I mean, I'm videoing, but I don't really know what I'm looking at. We've got a V-twin there, haven't we? We've got a V-twin. But what a wonderful place, and there's another. There's another. Torpedo. Not red torpedo. Pick. Royal Enfield, 1913. There we go. You don't know where to start. A Sheffield miner. Pictures adorn the walls, obviously. And what a wonderful place. What a wonderful place this is. Goodness me. Goodness me. Yeah, there's not many two-strokes in here. Well, Suzuki two-strokes anyway. Caulfield, 1990. Monarch. The Stafford Mobile Pup Scooter, 150cc. Front wheel drive. And again, front wheel drive. Good Lord. Reynolds Runabout. There you go. Now we're getting into the 1920s now. Oh, what about the brake? What about the brake on the front? Wow, can you imagine that filling with water? I wouldn't mind you. Yeah. Stopping power. I mean, we moan about the brakes. Oh, I'm not sure if my single disc's enough. Imagine that when it rains. Silent 3 Rudge Multi 3.5 horsepower roadster. Again, when we've got, you know, we're looking at the Royal Enfield Classic now, 20 brake horse, maybe 15 at the back wheel. These are 3.5 horsepower. Still better than pedaling, isn't it? Although a new Hudson, I've heard of new Hudson, a Scott Super Squirrel. Scott Super Squirrel. And as we go round, we're getting later and later, and all up the middle we've got 1914, 1920. I'll tell you what, it would appear the Sunbeam. The Sunbeam. You can have any colour you like as long as it's black. Who said that? Henry Ford. Well, apparently Mr. Sunbeam said it as well. How wonderful that these have all been preserved and put on display like this. Incidentally, it was we've jumped up a little bit here. 1967, 64, 59 Velisets. I recognise that. I recognise the well, I say I recognise it. What do they call them? What do they call these Velisets? I've forgotten. It escapes me just at the moment because I'm bamboozled by the place. Velisets, Sunbeams, and I've come out of order in true Shotto style. What a wonderful I imagine, you know, if you're gonna come here and read all these cards, I just want to give a feeling for the place at the moment. A Scott Squirrel, new motor Triumph. There we go, Triumph model CT5 1930. There we go. Now, perversely, I'm not quite sure where that was made. It might tell me, but Meriden is just over the fields from here, which was the birthplace of Triumph and the home of Triumph for a long time. Well, that's a new Hudson. There you go. Wouldn't be difficult to change the horn, would it? Panther. Wonderful. Look at that seat. Look at that seat. Now that's a bit like my Corbin seat. It's a bit like the seat on the Enfield. Oh, in fact, all these seats are the same. Look at the seats. And where all the seats up there, they decided that that was the best shape for the seat. And what do they do now? They fit these slabs that you ride 50 miles and you're crippled. So we have to go to great lengths to change them to Corbin seats or aftermarket seats. And, you know, I mean, where are we now? 1957. And now these are starting to come. These have got slab seats, haven't they? 1964. So there you go, in the 50s and 60s, it seems to be that the slab seats have come on. But in the 30s and before that, just a note to self. Absolutely wonderful. BSA Wooler. There we go. A Wooler engine, 1953. Is that a copy of something we know, or is that a forerunner of something we do? No, I'm not sure. I don't know. Right, let's have a look. Panther, Francis Bonnet, Royal Enfield. Let's pop into Hall 2. But what a wonderful place this is, Hall 1, because I'm quickly going to run out of time. In fact, I might have to do this in two chunks. It wouldn't be fair to. I mean, I'm sort of running around as it is, just to get a feel for the place. So we're in Hall 2, and the first thing we're greeted with is a police department Indian from City of New York. 700cc. Doesn't say what year that is, I don't think. This film only controlling. Yeah, said something about the British. One of the two great United States motorcycle manufacturers, Indian, had produced large capacity V-twins, but post-war was unable to compete with the availability of cheap mass-produced cars. During the late 40s, British vertical twins gained popularity, and Indian tried to rival these with their own versions. Ah, of course, look at the engine. Didn't notice that, never noticed that. It's a twin. Rickman, Norton. Now then. Royal Enfield Classic 350. Yeah, the army ones. What about that? Bet you haven't got a machine gun on it though, have you? No, you see, the ultimate accessory for your Classic 350, a machine gun. BSA. Oops, oh, there's a fella here. So this is Hall 2. Prototypes, Rough Superior, working bikes, aerial AGS. Oh, Rough Superior. Now then. There's a fella here. There's a fellow here on this poster who we'll recognise. We all know about Buddy Kings, don't we? Now, I've seen one of these before. This is the little folding bike, wasn't it? Well bike, could be deployed by parachute in a container for airborne forces. There we go. Oh. We're still in the 30s and 50s. AJS. We're going around in alphabetical order. I'm not quite sure. I haven't worked that out yet. AJS. Aerials. Aerial. Aerial 350, 1926. Again, look at the seats. Don't really understand them. But is that what's called, is that a plunger fork? Look at the shock there. You know, we think that this BMW monoshock thing that they came out with, there's nothing new, is there? It's just all been revamped over the years. And here we have aerials. Don't know anything about aerials at all. They're quite pretty. We're into the 50s now. And then on this side we've got Calthorpe. Calthorpe. and a Douglas there on the end. The Centaur. I mean, it's amazing to think that they've put all these together. Absolutely incredible that they've put these together. Where have they had them from? How many years has it taken to supercharged Hobbs's Hobbit? Supercharged 2-engine 1700cc Westlake powered drag bike. And we're back to working bikes now, the AA and the RAC. Rough Superior SS100. Good Lord. What a machine that is. Everard's Prize Ales, Leicester. What if there's any beer in the back? I doubt it. I'm quite surprised I haven't heard of that. A 1976 Norton Euro 50cc two-stroke. Now, why wouldn't I have a Motor Minerelli, so a little Italian two-stroke engine in there? Why would I not have heard of that or seen that? Because that was sort of my era. I've got my FS1E, AP50s, SS50s, all that sort of stuff. A 1962 Royal Enfield 175 overhead cam prototype. So a prototype, never made production. Okay, so that's hole 2. And forgive me if I'm not stopping on particular vehicles, obviously. I'd be here for a month if I read out all these cards. It's just to give a flavour of the place, really. Just to give a flavour of the place. And what a wonderful place it is. Calthorpe, Brough Superior, Chater-Lee, Aerial. Okay, let's do hole 3. Press red for BSA. Press yellow for Matchless, press green for Hesketh, press blue for Modern Ideas. Let's press nothing and just walk around. Right, BSA. Now then, Birmingham Small Arms. We're in Birmingham, we're at the National Motorcycle Museum. We're going to have a few of these, aren't we? We're going to have a few of these, and then that's going round to Lee Francis there. So what beautiful bikes, Beezers. I bet they didn't put stickers on the outside of the crankcase. Nah, what wonderful bikes these are. 1946 B31. So as you would expect, we're not short of BSAs. 1964, 65, A65 Rocket coming, and that is coming I remember these things. I'm beginning. This is just coming up to 1969. I sort of vaguely remember these. And there's the modern one. There's the modern one. And now we're on into Douglas. Diamond and Douglas. Hello. Where'd you start in here, eh? If you read all these cards, you'd be here for months, wouldn't you?
Have you seen the new BSA?
That one?
Depends where it's made in India.
Yeah, the Indian one. That's an Indian one.
That's the one.
Yeah. Do you like them?
I don't the engine looks different. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's bound to, isn't it? It's bound to.
Yeah.
But what a wonderful place this is. I mean, I heard you say that's the bike you passed your test on up there.
On the 250.
On the 250, yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I took me test on.
What, that very bike?
Yeah, the 250.
250, yeah. Yeah. I remember them from.
315.
I remember them. Yeah, they pop up now and again, don't they? C15s. Have you got a bike now?
No, I ain't got my bike. My son's got. Him and his sons have got.
Yeah.
They've all got bike, motorbike. Even the granddaughter's got a bike.
Yeah.
And they've all got a car each as well.
Well, there you are. Absolutely. Matchless. Now, Matchless and AJS, from what I can gather, were one and the same, weren't they, at some point? There was just a bit of badge engineering going on. Francis Barnett, Coventry. Coventry's not far away. That looks like a stroker. Yep. 250cc. Two-stroke twin. Healy Square 4. Now, I wonder if that's the same engine as the Ariel Square 4. Yes. After the demise of the Ariel company, Tim and George Healy of Redditch continued to rebuild and supply for Ariel 4-stroke models, and they manufactured themselves for a short while. What's that? Is that a Hesketh? Yes, Hesketh. A Hesketh. Oh, 1982. Heskeths. An Indian Velocet Thruxton 499cc. There you go. Pick the bones out of that. Google it. And now we're going back in time again. 1912, 1906. Belt drive, chain drive, shaft drive. Oh. Now, what I'm going to do, clearly, this isn't going to fit into a 10-minute video, is it? So rather than, and I'm not even really getting into the detail of any of them. So I apologise for that, but clearly with the amount on show, I just wanted to give a flavour of what the place was about. So I wish you well. I'm going to leave this one there. I'll carry on, but I'll put it on the next one so that it's not too long. And then if this is something that interests you, you can come back. And if it isn't, you can scroll past it. That's absolutely fine. So I wish you well for the moment. I'll carry on going, but I'll start again in a second into Hall 3 and see what awaits us in there. So take care of yourselves. I'll speak to you soon. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, and I'll be in the next haul then. So bye.